Welcome back. The South African Air Force has denied that it can't protect the skies because its planes and equipment need repair and maintenance work done. This after a presentation by Denel to Parliament last week revealed a significant deterioration of the country's military vehicles. Speaking on Armed Forces Day, the Air Force chief says that they are ready to fight. Obviously, President Cyril Ramaphosa also addressing the SANDF members, congratulating them for the work they did during the COVID-19 pandemic. Govan Whittles is following the story for us. He joins us now live. So, Govan, let's start with what the president had to say to these SANDF members.
Well, they certainly are the pride of the president at the moment, the commander-in-chief saying he couldn't be prouder of the SANDF and its different units, not only for how they policed and helped with the management of the COVID-19 lockdown, but especially for their work during deployments to other countries. He mentioned Cabo Delgado in Mozambique and paid tribute to Tebogo Radebe, the South African National Defence Force soldier who was killed in the fighting there of the rebels in that area, but also praised them for other deployments, and then also noted that the SANDF is facing some resource challenges, but overall he's happy with the manner in which they've been able to operate. Let's have a listen to what the president had to say.
It is now 2 years since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The South African National Defence Force was there, assisting with the implementation as well as the maintenance of the national state of disaster in the early weeks and the months of the pandemic. A pandemic that has led to the deaths of more than 90,000 South Africans, and we continue to pay our condolences to the many South Africans who have lost their lives due to COVID. It is 7 months since parts of our country experienced the worst unrest in our democracy's history, leading to the loss of life, the destruction of infrastructure and property, and devastation of businesses. The South African National Defence Force was there, assisting with law enforcement to restore order and to protect the lives of our people and key infrastructure. And when our Parliament was engulfed in fire at the beginning of this year, it was our personnel from Air Force Base Eysterplaat Military Aviation Rescue and Firefighting Services who were part of the first responders.
Outside of that, there are some concerns that the SANDF can't protect our skies. So the question, I guess, is, are we safe as citizens?
Well, the SANDF's Air Force saying that we certainly are, and they're responding to some of the comments that came from their presentation by Denel and the concerns that have been raised in reports about whether or not Denel will be able to meet its contractual obligations to the South African Air Force and supply the parts that are necessary for the maintenance of its fleet. And the phrase that was used there was that they were not combat ready because of the shortages. In fact, a report going as far as saying that only 40% of its fleet, about a quarter, is currently functional. But the South African Air Force chief disagrees, General Wiseman Mbambo, saying that he has full confidence in his men, and the display that they had during the Armed Forces Day here in Mbombela certainly did seem to suggest that they do have the capacity to respond. And let's have a listen to the General now responding to this criticism.
Today we have managed to demonstrate the South African National Defence Force capability in all its various formations, and to reassure the people of South Africa that even though we are under diverse challenges, but as a defence force we are still very capable to defend this country.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Govan Whittles following that story for us.